Hi guys and welcome. Today I'm doing a bit of tidying up. I sowed some moringa and I've decided there's a part of my garden that I want to just have like a moringa patch. Um, I've got about 11 plants that you've probably seen over time around the garden, and I've planted them in different places, and at one point they were all at varying sizes even though they were all sown at the same time. But what I've realized in the rainy season is that it's down to water as well as the nutrients in the soil. So anyway, this particular area is near my banana patches, and at the moment behind me you can see, I think they're river tamarind, and they grow like weeds. And what I thought was that they've done their job where they are. They provided shielding for my banana trees that were, the leaves were being shredded, and I'll show you them in a minute. It's about to rain soon, which is good. Anyway, so yeah, where they are, I thought to myself, they may have medicinal properties, but there are things that I would rather be growing that have got immediate properties, like, well, with the moringa you can eat it straight away, and it's got so many vitamins in, etc. And as I say, these river tamarind grow really quickly, and I have been using it for the wood in terms of defining the beds and using it to create the shape of the beds, and then the longer branches I've been using to kind of encase it. So what I decided was this particular area that I'm sitting in is going to be the moringa patch, and I'm going to clear it of all the trees bar the banana trees, and I can still use the wood because it's very difficult. They've got very long tap roots, and I probably won't be able to get rid of them, so you have to kind of once you've cut it down, kill it where it is, because it will just regrow. And that's really what's happened, because this particular area that I'm sitting in, all of these have been cut down. And I decided just to let them grow because the banana trees needed the shading. So I've had fruit from that one. I've had fruit from this one. This one's going to be fruiting next, and I've got some smaller pops around. So yeah, I just want to keep this kind of area clear, and then in this area, as I'll show you, plant the moringa. So let's I'll show you. Let me get started. Okay, so you can see I've already planted some. I was just like in a haste, because these particular moringa plants were in a container and they were growing really tall, and I thought to myself, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. So they are planted quite closely together, and I've got two here. And this black sheeting was down because I wanted to keep the weeds low. So once they've grown a bit more, I can take it up. And here I had put this. The soil was really hard, and I put cardboard down again just to keep down the weeds, and it has done that. And around it and around some of the black plastic, the weeds have grown. Well, it's the grass really that you can see. So all of this has got to go. So we have a guy that comes and he cuts the grass, but now that I'm growing the moringa here, I'm just going to have to clear this myself and then put something in that I want to grow. One of the problems I'm going to have is that this is called elephant grass, and it grows in clumps. And as you see, once you cut it, it just spreads out. And so you have to really get, that one came up easier than I thought. So you have to get the whole clump up as much as possible because it just spreads, and these have got wider. And I've used it to my advantage because I've used it in the composting. And to put on the beds in the early days, that's what I did. But now I've got sufficient, the Mexican sunflower, it's growing, apart from that little patch there, I've got to start addressing that. Although it's coming on, I'm trying to make a continuous hedge around the garden. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing now. So I planted those 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24. I think I planted 26 here, but I know I've probably got another 50 that I want to get in the ground. And whether or not it will all be here, I'm not sure. But up to where, just right here is the cassava. So that point there is where I'm clearing it to, and I just want all of this area where these trees are to grow moringa. So what I'm going to do is continue to clear this. I have to be careful now because I've planted some, and get rid of this particular tree and this clump of trees, and then plant the moringa in front because it's going to grow quite quickly, and it will probably, or hopefully in the next month, they will have kind of got to a particular size so that then I can cut this down and plant some more moringa literally up to this one here. So it's just, this whole area is just going to be for moringa, and then we've got the banana patch which we can get to from the other side. And if possible, one of the pups that I'll probably try and get out is this particular one here. And there's a couple of other small ones, but see if I can get a couple of small ones out and move them to somewhere else lower down the land, because we're on the top of the slope. And yeah, see if I can develop another banana patch somewhere else. But what I've tried to do is use everything that's in the garden to my advantage. Oops. Anyway, use it all to my advantage. So the grass has been used to the advantage, but obviously, you know, we really don't want, I don't want to have to clear this all the time, so I'm going to have to put something down to stop this from growing. This is going to be the last time I'm going to be clearing this because I want to put in some other plants. So as many of the clumps that can come up, you see that's quite a large clump, but as many of the clumps that I can get up that will reduce the amount of growth, and I'll just put them on the compost pile. Or what I'll do is allow them to dry out in the sun and then scatter it over here so it acts like a barrier. Yeah, so that's quite a lot of work to do. I'm not sure I won't get it all done today. I'll just do a couple more hours out here unless I'm chased in by the rain. But I really do want to get this whole area sorted out and the rest of the moringa in. And even there, past the where the cassava are, it's got grasses growing down the path. That's supposed to actually be a path down there. So I want to clear that grass there as well. All right, so that's my little update in terms of the moringa. I think these probably just need these need watering in because this ground is quite hard, but they have survived quite well considering I put them in about 3 days ago. yeah, I think they're not too bad. But what I want to do is fill in around here with the Mexican sunflower. Just put it in between, and that will keep any grasses that might grow away as well. All right, so let me get on, and I hope that you found it interesting in terms of planting out your moringa. It's very easy to grow from seed, and hopefully this will provide, lots of the leaves. I use it in everything basically. Having it fresh is really good. Even the dog gets some in his food because there's so many vitamins and minerals in there. Anyway, so yeah, let me know how you're getting on with your moringa if you've decided to plant any. And I shall see you with another update, and you'll be able to see how this is doing so far, this particular area. All right, so take care for now, and see you soon.